have like conflicting personalities.
Well, you're going to have to unconflict.
You want to be the star, and then I want to be the star. I can't take you seriously.
I'm not supposed to be taken seriously.
It's happy hour again at the Banter Bar.
Are we supposed to do some introduction?
No, it's fine. This is Eric. This is Rayburn.
Hi, I'm Rayburn.
Rayburn's my co-host on the Rated Radio podcast.
Rated Radio podcast.
She's here.
Unfortunately.
Everybody knows us.
Let's get into it. This episode is all ciders.
This is my episode. This is my type of episode. I'm very excited because I already see a couple that I can't wait to crack open.
We're just here.
How about you crack that first cider, Eric? Let us know what
right
we're getting
here?
into. Yeah.
All right.
Rayburn, do you want to ask the questions?
I would love to ask the questions.
Sounds frothy.
Do you
Now,
want-
do I just pour a little in my old cup and pass it down the way?
Pass it along.
The man is making a mess of
I'm going to
himself.
get drunk.
He ain't even been drinking yet. The man's making a mess of himself.
Man, let me.
This is Bishop's Tiger's Blood, which is crackberry
Ooh.
toasted coconut crack.
Wow.
Crack.
Apparently this has crack in it. I'm
I
hoping
heard-
it's cocaine, not ass crack.
I heard crack
Yeah.
is whack. Hopefully this won't be whack. It's got a beautiful color.
You set that back over there.
It's got a smell that
Smells like wine.
it brings back memories. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of
Cheers.
sent some Boone's Farm days.
Boone's Farm.
Yeah.
Boone's Farm's good.
Yeah.
I'm not waiting for anybody.
Strawberry Hill.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah,
You're supposed to be
I
asking a
am.
question.
I am.
Ooh.
All right, don't taste like Strawberry Hill.
Or-
Nick.
Ooh. Yes.
It's a little sour.
It's good though. We're getting real right off the bat.
That's also gluten-free, sugar-free, for you vegans out there.
What do you least like about yourself?
I think the question is, what do you like least about yourself?
What do you least like about yourself?
Dyslexic.
Well, that's one thing she's got going right there.
I hate that about myself. I'm not dyslexic, but apparently I act like it.
Y'all make me feel bad.
I already
You can
have.
have more if you want more.
I already have an answer, but you guys can go first because I'm drinking.
Yeah, it's pretty good. If you like cranberry juice, I think it'll appeal to you.
It's not really bad. Of course, I just, power slam mine. But,
That first taste was
Yeah.
overly sour, like a warhead, but you get the Granny Smith apple after a minute. so
right,
it's-
yeah, it kind of hangs with you. It's just,
To me,
it's not bad.
it tastes like a mixture of obviously the Granny Smith, but also like a rosé, which is where that wine comment comes in. Are we ready?
Not as experienced in the rosé category. I'm one of those dumb fucks who walks through the stores and goes, "We should buy that rose shit."
Yeah.
6 for me.
6 for me as well.
I'm going to say 5 only because I'm leaving my room. I'm leaving room for the rest of these guys. It's decent.
I can answer the question. Something that I'm working on about myself. I can be a bit of a pushover. And I am not a huge fan about myself. So I'm working on changing that. Learning when to say no.
Well, I was going to ask if you were going to start fighting me more often, but then you said the thing about saying no, and it made it sound sexual. That's not the intention. Mine's my weight, so it comes and it goes, and mostly it's coming. And
You just want it to go?
I just want it to go, yeah.
This is, I guess, a pretty personal question. I guess I would have to say not being where I want to be
In life?
in life
Like,
at this point.
like your success?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
like financial success?
Yeah, I'm happy. I mean, I'll always be happy, but I'm not where I pictured myself being at this age.
Well, it's been getting harder and harder for people to get there, so
Yeah, and there's been a few hiccups, but like I said, I'm happy. Everybody's healthy, so
That's the most important thing.
yeah.
Could be worse then.
Yeah, it could be. Could be a lot worse.
So can we try the others, or are you just going to drink this one all night?
She's
like, I got 2 cups.
I'm
Fun.
definitely going to have to drive back.
I got 2 cups.
Next up is Angry Orchard's Hard Cider. Crisp apple. It's important.
The question is, what book needs to be made into a movie? That's hard because a lot of books have already been made into movies, and I don't read. I'm just
I
kidding.
can see how that would be hard.
I'm
then.
just kidding.
It's going to be like some book that you read in 1st grade.
What if
Make it the Whipping Boy.
What if it's your book, Shane?
Oh, yeah, that would be cool.
Well,
This one smells like apple juice, but maybe if it's made from apples that, are a little overripe, just before the worms start crawling through it.
right, it starts fermenting. It doesn't have the bite the other one has.
No. I like
It's
that,
smoother
though.
going down, yeah.
The bite? Or that it
The
doesn't?
lack of bite.
Yeah,
I
it's smooth.
I like it a little tart. I don't want it to be sour.
Yeah.
This is something that I have to be in a mood for this tartness. And it even says tart and balanced. This, I can just grab and casually drink. So.
I'd agree. A tall boy's perfect because you're going to blow through this motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's grown up apple juice.
It's good.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a whole lot to it. There's not much in the way of aftertaste to it for me. Doesn't last very long on the palate.
It's good, all right.
No, but I kind of miss the aftertaste. Like once you swallow it,
it hangs on. It hangs on a little bit.
Just a bit, yeah. And it may be because we're coming off of something that was extremely tart, but
and I want that flavor to last a little bit longer than what this one is lasting. So
just drink more of it.
I'm gonna go with a 7.
I'm not copying you, I swear. I actually had settled on a 7 as well. This is
I'll
better.
give it a 7. I will
better.
definitely give it a 7.
A book that we want made into a movie.
Well, folks, I'm not much of a book person, so
Can you tell? Can you tell?
I think Hugh Hefner's already done his, made his.
Hugh Hefner.
Just saying,
Bunch of titties.
yeah,
Why are we
titties and ass.
It's gonna take a while. Gonna rehydrate.
A book into a movie. Well, it's funny you say that because it's been done, but one of my favorite book series growing up turned out to be one of the blockbuster hits back, The Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
Yes, I've read those books, and I'm not a book reader, but in junior high and high school, man, I read those things over and over and over again, and when I get old, they make movies out of it. Did a pretty cool job of it too, but
I read the Hobbit a bunch in elementary.
yeah,
I've always wanted to read Lord of the Rings, but it was right about the time I was thinking about doing it. That's when the movies were coming out.
Yeah. Well, when cable, this is going to show our age, but when cable first came out, they spun a cartoon version of The Hobbit, and it's kind of cheesy,
You showed me
Yeah,
this.
it's real cheesy compared to the movies that came out. But
It's Rankin Bass film, right? The people who did is it Last Unicorn? That sort of.
Yeah. But, back then, it's like that's all you had, you didn't have what they came out with. So you're like, okay, we'll watch it. But yeah, that was one of my favorite book series. I read that, I bet 3, if not 5 times, 3 times, all 3 of them. So anyway.
The I Am Number 4 series. They made the first movie, I Am Number 4, but there are so many other numbers that we don't know their story to unless you were to read the books. I want to see the movie interpretation of it. So, the I Am Number 4 book series.
I'm struggling right now. I'm drawing a big blank, and I'll tell you why. It's because the book, The Descent, you think that's been made into a movie. It hasn't. The book, don't get me wrong, I like the movie. It's not really based too much on that book. Maybe the first half of the first chapter sort of thing. So that would be really cool if they did a full-on version of The Descent, the book by Jeff Long. There's House of Leaves is what I was trying to think of.
House of Leaves.
Would make for an excellent horror film. Maybe thriller, too, could go in there. It's a story about... it's actually, the book is a few different people who've moved into a house where they... Excuse me. Where they realized that one of the closets, the internal dimensions were larger than the exterior allowed it to be. And then they start like trying to test this closet. It's fucking wild.
Really?
Yeah. One of my favorite books, House of Leaves. Next up, let me get the old
Houses of Leaves.
bartender tool out.
All right.
For Stella Artois Cidre cider.
Stella Artois. What's the worst way to break up with someone? What's the worst way to break up with someone?
So this one smells great.
That's what you've been waiting on, isn't it?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Liar. Let's see here. Stella.
If you don't want a super carbonated cider, this isn't going to be for you. And the flavor is not typical cider. It's pretty complex for apple juice, essentially.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think its kick it's got a little harder kick than the Angry Orchard does. Just a little bit.
There's a spice note. That's all I was getting at.
Yeah.
I can't tell what the spice is. It's very mild spice. It's like a holiday spice, but it's just barely there. And it's not
like an allspice, almost.
Yeah, just a lot milder.
But you lose the aftertaste faster. This one.
Stella tastes great to me.
Again, though, yeah, this one doesn't hang around too long after.
I bet she would appreciate that.
I bet she would.
Knowing that.
She's a juicy thing.
She said
How great Stella tastes.
All right, get you some.
Yeah, this is a 10 for me. Stella Artois cider. It doesn't have a long lingering taste. It has just the right amount. I would compare it to a like a champagne cider. It's still got that sweetness. It is bubbly, like Shane said, so it's lighter.
That may be what it is. It may be brewed with champagne yeast, which would explain that spice ester thing that's coming off the top of it.
It is very bubbly. It will make you burp. But the taste is just, it's there for me.
If you hate champagne, you'll probably still like this cider. It's not champagne. It's just kind of bubbly like champagne is. Flavor-wise, it's not the same thing.
No.
I don't want to go crazy. This one, it doesn't stay around too long. The bubbliness could throw me off, but I could also see drinking like a 6-pack. So I will say 8. Better for me than that Angry Orchard, but just barely.
I'm going to say it's right there with the Angry Orchard. Maybe it's a 7.
Still respectable.
All right, so what's the worst way to break up with someone?
Oh, I completely forgot about the question. Oh.
Well, that's not really something I'm real familiar with.
You just leave.
Leave?
You just don't talk to him again.
I'm with the same woman I was with when I was 15. What you mean?
Yeah, but you
leave?
did a lot of running around with other women before you were 15. That's what I'm saying.
The hells weren't women. Nah, that's a whole different ball game.
That old lady.
That's what we call child's play.
That older woman was an old woman.
What are you talking about? What old woman you talking about? That girl was 19. I was 15.
She had a kid.
Okay. Yeah.
That happens.
I wonder what kind of hell I might pay when somebody else hears about this.
In case people are just tuning into this, we haven't talked about who we are to each other.
That's her daddy.
That's my dad.
I'm the paterfamilias.
His uncle. We're
That's
cousins.
true. I'm word man.
We're all unfortunately related. We all share a bloodline.
Can't you tell?
Although, you did argue.
I did
you
argue.
You weren't his kid,
I
so
did.
that would
I
mean...
did argue.
You see that eye right there?
I did argue that I
did
was
that.
not his kid. I am most definitely my father's child. I think you can deny the other two, but you're not denying me.
What's the worst way to break up with someone?
Worst way to break up with someone?
I would say being caught in bed with somebody else. That's pretty much a dagger in the heart right there.
Yeah, it's got a whole level of betrayal thing.
Yeah.
I would say just disappearing.
That'd be kind of shitty.
Yeah.
I can agree with that.
You know it, and you spend your entire life wondering why, where they went, what was the reason, if they're okay.
Yeah.
Because if they disappear, there's no closure. So just taking off, which is funny because I'm the other woman in my relationship. My boyfriend.
Are you now?
Apparently, my boyfriend.
Tell it to the whole world.
My boyfriend never ended his. We got together when we were 15. My boyfriend never ended his relationship, which there was not much of a relationship before me. He just went to a different school. So, I'm the other woman.
For me, I think the getting caught in bed with someone else thing, I probably wouldn't take that as hard after some time had gone by. I just tend to think of sexual stuff as human nature, lizard brain sort of crap. Worse for me is, I think if you're leaving someone, try to do it nicely. If you're a straight up dick and you tell them every reason why you dislike them and every little thing that's wrong with them, that's atrocious. Be glad that person left you.
The funny thing is, aside from, well, I say from Dad, especially from my
excuse me.
Rude. Yours happens like all the time.
My what?
When you break up with someone, usually if it's not most breakups are not grown-up breakups, not nice, not reasonable. So most of the time the person has to hear all the shitty things about themselves right before a breakup. Don't be that person. The breakup's enough. If the other person cares enough, they'll ask why you're leaving them. And if they don't care to ask, then maybe that's the reason why you're leaving them.
Don't burn that bridge. You may need that. You may want that booty later on down the road, and vice versa. End it as friends.
Yeah, if you can walk on the cock, don't light it on fire.
Exactly.
Wow.
Next up.
Wow. Just saying that works both ways.
Okay.
Next up is Austin Eastsider's Brut. This is a super dry cider. Brut, I already could tell you, is a reference to champagne, so I'm anticipating a not sweet.
Ooh.
I hate a dry champagne. I really hope this is not dry. We'll see.
You're going to drink it anyway.
Question.
You're over here chugging along, getting 2 and 3 glasses.
I love Brut champagne, by the way.
Isn't that the dry champagne? You explains a lot. All right, question. Do you ever wonder if certain nutrition labels are incorrect?
This almost smells like a beer. It's got a bready note on the top. It's,
Oh, I do not like that smell.
what's the, like, malt? It's kind of what I'm thinking. Or if you're cooking oatmeal or something, there's something.
Yeah.
there that reminds me of beer. Should be weird.
I just want to see.
You gonna try it?
It smells worse than it tastes.
Yep. I mean, I like the smell, but I'm weird like that.
Smells not bad.
It smells funky. I want to say fermented, but it's all fermented.
Yeah. Which is...
I know.
We don't need to talk about that. It's dry, but it's not making me pucker like that first one did.
Excuse me, sir. It is super dry.
Well, that's what they say. I think that first one had a super dry...
I do too.
That's what they say? Are you saying that the nutrition labels are incorrect?
That's not the nutrition label. This nutrition facts is the nutrition label.
Is. Thank you.
It's bubbly again. Yeah, flavor profile does actually remind me of champagne.
Mm-hmm. More so than the Stella Artois.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is more champagne than it is cider for me.
It's a 4.
I was gonna give it a 4 too. I will not remember what this tastes like. It's forgettable. Not bad. I would drink it over a plethora of other things, but...
Yeah, and if you're looking for low calorie, this beats a seltzer almost all the time.
Are you sure?
I don't like seltzers. I don't know where you are.
No, you like the Bud Light seltzers, don't you? You like some of them.
They taste okay. I don't want to drink a bunch of it. I'd much rather drink a bunch of this than any fucking seltzer.
Mm. Didn't you do some seltzers with Joseph a while back? That's what I thought. Yeah, you would have known that if you'd watched that episode.
I've seen every episode of Banter Bar. Okay. This is why I'm here.
Remember what you watch. I'd rank it a 4 too.
I feel like a celebrity.
Do you need a clean glass, Rayburn, on you?
Sure, and I'll drink the water this time.
Please do.
So much shit.
You're breathing over here on me. I don't want you to get thrown in jail on the way home or get pulled over. You're going to have to walk a line out there because you smell.
I smell anyway.
I know.
I definitely wonder if nutrition labels are incorrect. Hence me writing the question.
No, I don't wonder that they're incorrect. I worry that they're deliberately just blatant lies.
That is incorrect.
I know, but
yes.
I go out of their way.
That question is hands down. I don't trust half of what I read.
Magner's original Irish cider.
That just the can, just the look right there, just looks like
See, this excites me.
Really?
This is my kind of shit.
It kind of looks like a spark plug in your hand. You know what I mean? That's what it looks like.
I do get that sensation. The thing that interested me here was I'd never seen this before. I don't know what the fucking Irish cider is supposed to be. The can
it's
says
Irish. Ooh,
that it's made from 17 apple varieties. So
we have 17 apple varieties.
And this one, I believe, has double the calories of the last one we tried.
That's a pretty color.
A little darker.
Mm-hmm. That's a really pretty color.
Yeah, I have a feeling this old Irish cider here is going to be TWANG. ZEE-BOB and TWANG.
This one definitely smells like apple juice.
Our question, what fashion trend do you wish would make a comeback? I know your answer. I feel like you've said it a million times.
I don't know what you're talking about. I want ladies to start wearing those pointy nipple bras again. Whatever those were.
Yes.
Those the cone, the bullet bras?
Those are
the bullet bras.
How was that ever a thing?
Yep.
It's like when dudes, you see early American stuff or British stuff where they used to wear the wigs and the white makeup. And that's just too much work, y'all.
Well, back before the pointy bras, they were into the no bra.
Yes.
Bullshit. In the 60s, they didn't wear bras.
Pointy bras were like in the 50s.
Madonna wore them in the 90s. Maybe in the 80s.
Maybe that's a fashion that needs to come back.
Is it just my imagination, or does this smell like rubber?
Rubber?
I'm getting rubber. Something about it smells like a
feel like I'm gonna
A burnt tire or it's something.
Maybe the spark plug thing does have something to do with it.
What is it? This is an automotive cider.
That might be the real deal. Maybe it's oil that I'm smelling, not rubber. Maybe it's oil.
Smells like brake fluid.
This is the smoothest one I've drank so far. And maybe sweetest. Maybe that's the 16 apples.
Yeah,
I could drink the fuck out of this.
It's smooth.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wild.
What's the...
Makes me worry I'm poisoning myself.
4.5 alcohol content.
That's not bad.
There's 200 calories for those that care. 16 grams of sugar. Oh.
I'm doing sweeter.
I will give it. It's smooth. You could drink it. I bet motor oil is probably pretty fucking smooth too when you drink it. And I'm getting... It reminds me of a shop. Like I took my car in to have some work done. That smell that comes off of the oil and the dirt and the rubber. There's something on top of this, man, that I'm finding unpleasant. But I'm still...
You okay?
Yeah, that's genuinely what I'm getting.
Okay.
Nope.
I'm going to give it a 5.
Really?
Decent. Nothing special for me. Then again...
I'd probably go 7.
I mean, I am, but I'm not. 7?
7 to leaning to an 8.
Is this your highest rated?
No, I've rated another one 7.
Okay.
Y'all are making me feel crazy. I'm going to taste this one more time.
It's decent. I mean, but the flavor has gone so quick. It's smooth as hell. Don't get me wrong. It's not. There's not a lot of bubbly there.
I'm a sugar man, though, so I mean the sweetness there is, and the smoothness of it. I could get plastered on those.
You expect it to stick around, and then you're almost kind of disappointed that it doesn't. At least for me.
And I'm not a cider person, but that's not bad there. That's smooth.
Honestly, I could drink it. Okay, and there are things there I appreciate. I appreciate the sweetness. But there is something on the top of it that I find unpleasant.
That
so I'm going to say
thing.
3.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what that is, but it's getting something off.
Shane doesn't like motor oil, guys.
Yeah, if you drink enough of it, you get rid of it. You lose that shit.
Now, if we get to the next one and I'm still tasting or smelling oil or whatnot, then you might have to worry about a stroke.
All right.
Something smells burnt.
So, back to our question. What fashion trend would you bring back?
Gauchos.
Knew it! I freaking knew it! But you've said that before on the Rated Radio podcast.
Sorry.
So,
ladies, that was the sexiest shit.
I mean, I love gauchos for comfort. But you say they're sexy, and I'm just like...
Big hair and mullets. There's something about a woman looked like she stuck her fucking finger in a light socket of fucking hair. They spend 3 hours doing their fucking hair just to go to the bar. You know what I mean?
It just smells like Aquanet in the entire house.
Do you feel that way about mullets too?
Hell yeah, I had one. What you talking about? Anybody that knows me knew what I looked like back in the day.
It gets hard thinking about a mullet.
Mullets were cool, and mullets are coming back.
They are. Morgan Wallen.
Joe Dirt.
Make sure that the mullet is alive.
Instant visual. Bam.
I know.
Cover of that dangerous up.
Billy Ray Cyrus.
No,
Lord.
I don't know about that. Fashion trend that that's hard.
I don't know that I can answer.
Bring your golf back.
That has never left.
I'm gonna do a little reading while you think.
Try to figure out what that phantom
all of the
taste.
styles that I really, really liked, like those 90s styles, they're coming back. And even the 70s style, like I like the high-waisted jeans.
Fuck that.
I'm fat.
No.
I'm fat. I appreciate a high-waisted jean.
Why?
Why am I fat? I don't know.
No. Why would you?
Comfort.
Why? What? It's more comfortable to pull your pants up over your belly?
My natural shape my waist dips higher than other people's waists. So high-waisted jeans are not a problem for me. So it like goes my ribs and then...
See, I can't do that Steve Urkel shit.
High-waisted jeans for women, not men. I don't want to see high-waisted jeans on men.
Not that my opinion should matter here whatsoever, or that your preferred fashion trend should have anything to do with sexuality or turning someone on, but those do the exact opposite for me.
Really?
That's what I'm getting at.
Hey, Mr. Gauchos.
You know what it reminds me of? The
like
high-waisted pants, Three's Company.
Yeah.
They wore that shit all the way up to the bottom of their tits, And why?
Well, the first answer that
skin, please.
The first answer that I can think of is like the cute little platform tennis shoes, but then those are ankle breakers.
But see, back in the day, they had hip huggers. Back in the 60s.
It does not seem comfortable to me to have hip hugger jeans. It just doesn't.
I like a girl's ass to hang out if she's bending over. You know what I mean? And high-waisted pants just make me think it's going to be camel toe all day, every day.
Yep.
And there are people I know that's the shit. We took this somewhere it wasn't supposed to go. That's why I asked if this was about comfort for you.
I feel more comfortable in a high-waisted jean than I do in a low-waisted jeans because I'm always thinking, who can see my ass? Is my muffin top gonna pop out? There's just something about being in a higher waisted jean that makes you feel nothing's going anywhere.
I too feel more comfortable in high waisted jeans.
Yeah.
I also feel like I should be wearing suspenders and asking, did I do that?
Exactly.
Okay. All
exactly.
Right. This has been fun. Why don't we try this last one?
Final is another bishop. This one's Crackberry. It's again got crack in it.
The crack batch.
Anyway, cranberries, blackberries, apples.
Cranberries, blackberries, and apples.
Nothing wrong with that.
And what is this one?
Here's the last question. Your biggest fear is dying how?
Is that the question?
Your biggest fear is of dying how?
I don't care. I was gonna let it go.
Oh, you were.
You were making fun of yourself this whole time.
But then you were like, I'm not that big of a person.
Yep.
As much as I joke that I am.
I'm not the mentally large person you think I am. I'm just a dipshit like everybody else.
I knew that all along. Hate to break it to you. I just poured my dad's drink. I didn't even realize I just...
That's love.
You ain't getting a tip.
It's fine. He gave me life, supposedly.
By not giving the tip.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Love the color. Deep color lets me think that the blackberry and... Is it cranberry? Does it say raspberry? Cranberry. Cranberry and blackberry there.
This is a beautiful shade of amber.
Is it the color of your energy?
It just might be. Crackberry. Crack. Cranberries, blackberries, apples. Crack with an asterisk.
Yeah.
Woo.
Like they're trying to figure out, do you mean crack cocaine or ass crack? I'm leaning more towards ass crack because that would be salty.
One sip and you're hooked.
So maybe they mean cocaine. I don't know.
Fuck.
I could be hooked on ass.
That one hangs around.
It does. The fruit is nice. I was worried the cranberry would be overwhelming. The tiger's blood overwhelmed me, which was surprising because it has toasted coconut in it. This one is not quite as sour. It's still tart. I don't know.
I feel
also smells kind of fake and doesn't linger.
I feel like I'm focusing so long. This is the time where your producer zooms in on my face and makes everything gray.
Looks
and
like big
trying to like run the camera.
No. But I'm in deep thought, and this I've seen enough Banter Bar episodes to know that might happen. You're welcome. See, to me, this is more tart than the tiger's blood was, and it might be because of all the different fruit.
It's getting more tart. I'll give it that.
Sure is. That last one.
This to me resembles more of a warhead
the tiger's blood again
than the tiger's blood.
Yeah, flavor-wise, it's definitely Warhead.
Yeah, no, I couldn't.
It's not as sour.
I couldn't do them down there on the end.
Mm. Okay. I smell the coconut now that it's warmed up. I taste the coconut after having tasted
Oh my
the other
god,
one.
you can. I didn't smell it the first time.
That's fucking wild. Okay. That's still tart as shit.
Tarter than this?
I think they're pretty equivalent.
Is it more tarted than this?
5. I want more
Wow.
blackberry, less cranberry.
That coconut does come out.
Yeah. I didn't even notice it before. I read it on the can, but I couldn't tell it was there. Just let it warm up a little bit, though. And
Yep.
here we
Makes
go.
you wonder what's going to happen with that one in about 15 minutes.
Yeah, let's just try them all again, folks.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Let's go one
Probably
more
you're
pass
allowed.
through here.
I'm gonna give it a 5
shit.
as well. I gave the Tiger's Blood a 6. I think I'm more apt to drink the Tiger's Blood. That to me is just too tart, too sour.
I don't remember what I gave the Tiger's Blood, but that one over there, that scared me over there. I don't want to put that down.
A cider scared you?
Yeah, and I'm gonna go with number 3. I just cannot drink it.
How does everybody not want to die? Worst way. Biggest fear of dying.
I don't want to drown.
Okay.
A lot of people say that's a peaceful death. I almost drowned when I was a kid.
Oh fuck!
I don't.
we go.
I don't hold you accountable.
It's our fault.
I don't hold you accountable. You weren't
Liar!
there.
She's lying.
Sounds like a stretch.
She's lying.
I did almost drown when I was a kid. It was not my fault. It was my mother and my brother's fault.
Mm-hmm.
I have since forgiven them. It's okay.
She's giving Dad the out because I'm right here.
You weren't there.
Okay.
You weren't there. We were at a hotel, and we were at the hotel pool. It was when we were moving to Milford. You were already at the house. We were making the move up there. It was me, Mom, Logan.
No, I know where y'all were at. Y'all were down in Waco, and I was up doing a job
Yeah, you weren't
in
there.
Waco, and y'all were at the motel.
Yeah, you
where
weren't
I had a
there.
room. Yeah.
So I don't... He didn't do anything.
Okay.
But ever since then, I love the water. I love the water. I am my mother's daughter. I love the water. But something about someone physically holding me underwater and me gasping for air scares the shit out of
You can't
me.
physically do that underwater. You cannot gasp for air underwater.
I remember what it felt like. It didn't feel great.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
I don't
if you're
wanna feel
drowning, that's
Well,
going to be your body's natural reaction
I
at
don't
some
want
point. I think
I don't
that
want to
maybe
feel
what you're
that
getting at.
again. Yeah.
As I age,
And knowing that nothing is there.
you know, I used to fear death and fear what death would be like. But as I age, the fear
Not scared
factor,
of the brain
no, the
outside.
fear factor kind of loses itself because obviously, you know, your body, it takes its toll and you know, and you get tired and there's things that don't work anymore and whatever. And there's and you learn and you know, process all this shit to where fear's not part of it anymore. But I will tell you one thing.
There we go.
And it's scary because it's probably going to be my demise
Oh,
one
what
day.
you're going to say.
Not being able to breathe.
Drowning.
What I went through 2 weeks ago, when I had that reaction to the steroids, I came home from the hospital. It was actually the night after I talked to y'all, when y'all called me.
Mm-hmm.
I had a reaction to the steroids, and it felt like somebody was standing on my chest all the time. And I could not breathe for shit. I could not breathe.
He tells me the next morning, I was pretty sure I was going to die last
And
night.
I was so afraid that if I fell asleep, I wasn't going to wake up. I was just going to take my last breath. Then I didn't sleep for 2 nights because of it. And luckily, you know, the steroids, they worked through my system and the pressure started easing up. But not being able to breathe is fucking, you just don't understand until it happens to you.
My takeaway from both of you is that the personal experience factor might heighten the fear of dying in that particular way, which kind of lends credibility to what I think, which is that it's coming for all of us. It's probably going to suck no matter what. But ways that would be shitty to go. I don't want to be burned alive. I got this fear. They used to throw people into boiling vats of water. No. But if we're being honest about what scares me more than any of that shit, it's dying while being the cause of or having seen someone I really love, like my kids, or my wife or something, die beforehand. Being responsible somehow for that really freaks me out too. Anyway, high note to end the episode on. We're not done yet though, because somebody has some snacks and surprises or some shit.
Yes.
Come on. I guess we'll see you next time
On the Banter Bar.